Did I scare y'all with my eye? Welcome back to another episode of the Eyeball Kitchen. Today we just got some finger food for y'all. Nothing really, too much. But it's definitely gonna be another one of them smack ones. Trust me. But we got some cheese, Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, and we got some, somewhat like a street corn. Not exactly like a street corn, like a traditional street corn, but that's what I'm gonna call it, a street corn. So of course, if you're making Philly cheese egg rolls, you're gonna need steak. Now this is some steak that you don't have to get. I got certified Angus beef, and the reason I chose this is because one, it's shaved, so if you want to save some time, get you some, beef steak or whatever that's already shaved. It's shaved thinly, and it'll be hard for you to cut that thin at home like that. So if you can find some, get some shaved steak, or in this case it says shaved beef brisket. The reason why I chose this shaved beef brisket is because that's kind of hard to say. For one, it's already seasoned, so if you get something that's already seasoned, a lot of times if it's already shaved, sometimes it is seasoned. So you don't want to over season your meat whenever you cook it or whatever. And another reason is because you see that marbling on it. It's got some fat in it, so you can also see the seasoning. But that fat, it carries a lot of flavor, especially when you start cooking it in your pan. But another reason, number 3, is because you can use Philly cheese. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're looking for. You can use it for other stuff too. Soup, stir fry, barbecue salad. You know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff. But that's what we're looking for. You can use it for Philly cheese. So that's why I chose this. And like I said, we made some street corn. So I got some corn. I do not like corn that's not sweet. So I got some sweet corn. And we're gonna hook these up. We ain't gonna cook them where it's real mushy. We're still gonna have a bite to it, but yeah, y'all see how I do it in the video. Another thing, of course, you don't need some egg roll wraps. You know what I'm saying? See that? Vegan. You got all this fat, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna use some butter, you got the fat and the steak, and you know what I'm saying? You gotta level it out with some vegan.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Y'all, I'm joking. I'm just being sarcastic. This is the only thing I can find. This is the only one wrapper that they had, so that's what I went with. All right, so now I'm gonna kind of break down, what you're gonna need for each one, if I can do it, because I didn't put these in order. So for the steak, you're gonna need some green peppers, onions. You're gonna need put some minced garlic in there and some pepper. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put butter in there, minced garlic and pepper. Like I said, which I'll show you on the video. And for the egg roll wraps, you're gonna need to beat one of these, and I'm gonna lubricate it around the edges so they'll stick together. I didn't mention, but I am gonna make a sauce that I came up in my head. I just thought about it, and I kind of taste tested some of those seasonings, and I just came up with something that I thought might be good, as a good dip. So I'm gonna make a dip for the Philly cheese rolls. I might not need to be sharing this with y'all because it might be a hit, but anyway, I'm gonna share it with you anyway. So cheese, I'm using Monterey Jack. I was gonna use a pepper jack, but the only reason because my family might eat some and it might be too spicy. So I already got spicy in this Thai chili. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a cheese sauce, and I'm gonna put some of this Thai chili in it. Cumin, ground cumin, chili powder. I might put just a hair of this, cayenne, and some ginger. Most of these I'm only gonna use like a teaspoon of each, maybe a tablespoon for a couple of them, but I'm not gonna go too crazy, you know, into the cheese sauce. And also I'm gonna put pepper in the cheese sauce also. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the cheese. Oh, and partially just to, you know what I'm saying, make it look good. But yeah, that's the cheese sauce I came up with. If it's a hit, remember who gave it to you. I'm also gonna add some of this ranch dip mix also with it. So we're gonna have cheese. We're gonna have, you know what I'm saying, the ranch dip dressing. Give it a little ranch dip. So we're gonna have the Thai, you know what I'm saying, give it a little spicy and sweetness. And all the other 3 seasonings I chose, I'm gonna call it a spicy sweet chili ranch cheese sauce. Yeah, spicy sweet chili ranch cheese sauce. I think it's gonna come out pretty good. This one might be a hit. It's gonna be smacking. Yeah. And for the cheese sauce, you're gonna need some. I'm using half and half. You could use heavy whipped cream. It just depends on what you want to do. So for the street corn, y'all, I don't know how I found this. It says street corn. Let me tell you the story. I actually didn't even know what else I was gonna cook with these Philly cheese egg rolls. I really didn't even know. So I just walked around the grocery store and I found this. I wasn't even looking for it. I'm like, man, that'd be pretty cool. Street corn with some, you know, it's finger food anyway. So I'm like, street corn with some Philly cheese egg rolls. Hey, it really, I don't know if it matched or not. It just sounded good to me. So I'm like, man. Yeah, I found this, you know what I'm saying, street corn mix, quick mix. I don't know how it tastes, so we're gonna see how it turn out. Also, with the street corn, I'm gonna use this mayo. And I might top it off. I might do a couple of ones different and kind of do it the traditional way, you know, with mayo, parmesan, and some chili powder. We'll see in the end. You just gotta stick and watch. But yeah, I kind of went over a lot of stuff, probably more than I needed to, because I'm gonna actually show you in the video. But I just want to make sure y'all understand everything I got, so you don't miss nothing. But yeah, man, let's get into this snackable video. Here we go. So I got my, certified Angus beef. Look like it's cut in bacon strips. But whatever. We're gonna try to cut it up smaller so it won't be long, stringy pieces. But as you can see, I need to sharpen my knife badly. So yeah, I'm gonna keep cutting. I cut that up. Now I got my butter going for my onions and green peppers. I'm gonna go ahead and slide that in there. Not the meat yet. I'm gonna get them done somewhat. And I'm gonna take those out and start cooking my meat after I get those done. So go ahead and spread these out. Make sure they get good and sauteed. They've been going for a little while right here. Mix them around some more. Now I'm going to add my season, my Lowry's. I'm gonna add some black pepper. And I'm going to add some minced garlic. Not much, especially with the Lowry's, because the meat is going to have sodium in it also. And I'm going to put this in with the meat. So you don't need that much salt. So flatten this out, let it go a little bit longer. It's been going a little longer now. Y'all want to see my chef skills right quick? Look at that. Yeah, that's what y'all been waiting for. Yeah, you see me. But now, while I was sauteing the onions and green peppers, I had my corn going. That's those done. And y'all see that stuff in the bottom of that pot? Y'all know what that's called? It's called fond. You always want to leave that fond in there, especially if you're gonna cook some meat, because that's just extra flavor for the meat. So leave that fond in there, and I'm gonna scrape around, get some of that fond off the pot and get that flavor on the meat. But yeah, just gonna mess around with this a little bit. Let it keep going. Been going for a little while now, and I'll just keep flipping it around, make sure everything is done. I want it almost done before I put my vegetables back in, because I don't want the vegetables too done where it's just mushy. Now the meat is pretty much done. I'm gonna add a little seasoning. No salt. I'm just adding pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the meat was already seasoned, so you don't need any salt. So I'm gonna finish mixing this up, make sure it's done, and you know what's coming. Drop them bad boys in there, them onions and green peppers. Get all them juices out of there. You know what I'm saying? Get the juices flowing, let them marry together. But yeah, we're gonna keep popping off right here, and soon we'll be wrapping them up. Egg roll wraps. Right here is looking pretty good to me. So I'm gonna just, like I said, let it marry together. Show my skills off just a little bit, and we'll be back to the wrapping station. So here we go. We at the wrapping station. Y'all know I had to, do 2 practice ones, so I wouldn't embarrass myself. But here we go. I got that egg that I told y'all to beat. It's just one. That's all you need. And you need to make sure the edges have egg on it. Lubricate it up a little bit. And don't go too crazy with the meat, because you're gonna have to wrap these kind of tight. And you don't want to have a bunch of meat that you can't wrap up tight, because these things ain't super big. So you see how I pulled the cheese and I made it, made it to a circular, thingy. And with these, you need to wrap them kind of tight. And when you get all the sides with the egg on it, they do stick well. You don't have to worry about them coming loose. So I'm gonna do another one for y'all just to let you see. Do all the edges and the sides, or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, pretty simple. Some people put 2 pieces of cheese. I think 1 piece is enough because how small I fold them. My son is back there. I think he wanted to help me. But like I said, I see how I grab the cheese and fold around the cheese. So I'll go ahead and make me a good circular egg roll and tuck that in and tuck them in kind of far, and then, roll them tight. And that's perfect. And y'all, that ain't my hands ashy. That's just that white stuff off the egg rolls. So I got 10 of them. You don't have to do 10, but I work on the just system. See how much meat I got left? None, just enough. So now I got about a cup and a half of half and half. And I told y'all I wasn't gonna use pepper jack cheese, but I snuck to the store and got a bag anyway. So I'm about to go in with some ginger. Let's see what we got next up. Got some cayenne. That's about a half of a teaspoon, and about a teaspoon of ginger. About a teaspoon or two. Nah, it ain't a teaspoon. Yeah, it's about a teaspoon of parsley. Got the cumin. A teaspoon of it. Got our chili powder. About a teaspoon of it. Not too much. Now we got our Thai sweet chili sauce. Gotta go in with it. I think I put about 2 tablespoons. And yeah, we're gonna mix this up. Like I say, get the juices flowing. Let everything marry together. So next, I'm gonna put some black pepper in there. And I got 1 more ingredients. Some of that ranch dip right here, baby. Bam. When I put this in, I'm talking about, it had a bunch of different seasonings in there. Once I started mixing it up, you see how all those seasonings came out of that? I was like, wow. But yeah, I'm just, mix this up, let it simmer just a little bit on low, like really low. And now, while I was making my cheese sauce, my grease was getting hot. And she ready, that bad boy ready. So I'm doing just 3 at a time. And let me tell you, these things don't take, they don't take like I don't even think it take 2 minutes for these things to get brown. Cause like the old folks say, hey, shit, get away from me. So I'm over there licking, dropping, popping grease on my arms and stuff. But yeah, we're gonna go in with 3 more. And like I said, do not leave those things unattended, cause man, they cook real fast. They get brown real fast. So like I said, it's like a minute and a half these things take. And make sure you kind of flip them over too, because if you leave them just the same way, they'll get kind of burnt on one side. But yes, sir. Yeah, boy. That's how it looks on the inside. Nice and juicy. Got a little cheese pool. You know, that provolone make it do what it do. But there you go. It's all of them bad boys stacked up. Like I said, do not leave them because they will be burnt. So now I'm gonna make this street corn quick mix. Yeah, it says street corn quick mix. All you need is mayo in the mix. So I never used it before. There really wasn't no instructions on how much mayo you're supposed to put compared to how much the seasoning you put. So I had to kind of wing it. So I'm starting off with that amount right there. And one thing about this seasoning, it's kind of tangy. So when I was doing my little taste test, I was like, man, I need to put some sugar in here to get rid of some of that tanginess. But I'm going in with some more of this seasoning. It wasn't quite enough. You really couldn't taste it in the mayo. Doing another taste test, and we need some more of that stuff. So I see why they don't really give you instructions, because I guess it just depends on how much of a taste you want out of the mix. But like I said, I'm gonna add some sugar because it's real tangy. I did about a tablespoon of that, and that was almost that whole pack, and that was like maybe a half of a cup of mayo, I would say, or a third of a cup. I meant 3/4 of a cup. So get you a spoon. If you got some kind of bag, scoop it in there, and make you a little design on the corn. I'm just gonna go do zigzags. I'm gonna just fill this bag up and cut me a little corner off. Get the air out of it, and then it's kind of like you doing a cake, like shooting icing out of something. Just cut the little tip off. I almost cut mine too big, but as you see, just do your little thing. And yeah, that's all you need. When it sits there for a while, it starts to ooze down on all the corn anyway, so you don't have to worry about trying to get both sides. But I'm gonna add some parsley. We're gonna sit them babies to the side. So now I got some of these skewered corn on the cobs. And I'm just go, kind of like a traditional street corn, lather some mayo on it. And after I get done lathering the mayo, we're just gonna go with some parmesan cheese all around. And then we're gonna put some chili powder. Nothing special. But this combination was, like I say, it's just a traditional street corn. Most people put more chili powder and more Parmesan cheese than I did, but I didn't want to overdo it because I'm not the only person that's gonna eat this stuff. So I'm actually gonna do 2 pieces of corn like this, and I'm gonna do the third one a different way. I'm still gonna, put the mayo on it, lather the mayo on it. And what do y'all think I'm gonna put on this one? So what do y'all think I'm gonna put on this one? Bam, cinnamon sugar. Yes, sir. It might seem weird, but later on when I tried this, man, this corn was smackable. Look at that pretty picture I painted for y'all. Turned out pretty good. So I know what y'all waiting on. I'm waiting on me to try this right here. I had already tried the cheesesteak egg rolls. They was real good. This right here it came out like I expected, but the only thing is I probably should have just used regular milk because I didn't quite get the texture I wanted. The creamy, kind of mac and cheese type. But, I mean, the flavor is really good, so I will make it again. It's pretty good. Don't have the creamy texture as I wanted. Like nacho cheese, that's the texture I was going for. Don't have that. But it does have a zesty taste. Just the sauce I came up with, it does have a good taste, but it just don't have the texture I like. But look, come on here, I'm gonna try this corn. Now let me tell y'all, this video don't do no justice. But when I bit into this, I started living life. It took me back to when I got my first bicycle. That's one of the best feelings ever. Mayo, parmesan, and chili powder. One word. You already know. Smackable. I could eat this whole thing, but I'm not. Hey, thanks for watching. Tune in to the next episode, and we out of here. Peace.